What's going on, Reapers? So, this is Devontae's Reaper Training, and today I wanted to touch on arrogance, right? And confidence. So, Reaper mentality, what Reaper mentality is we utilize our animal instinct. You know, we see a goal and we attack it. You know, going back to what I said in the podcast, if y'all watched it, you know, a lion wakes up in the morning and no one has to tell that lion to go out there and go kill his prey to feed himself and his family. He doesn't procrastinate. He doesn't overthink it. He doesn't have to have some type of gratification after he does it. It's something that he's programmed and wired to do. We're programmed and wired to be the best of the best. Mediocrity doesn't sit right with a Reaper. Mediocrity doesn't even have place in our world, in our realm. The Reaper mentality utilizes that. Now, to people who don't have that same amount of confidence, that same amount of ambition, a lot of time your ambition is going to come off to a lot of people as arrogance. And I kind of want to talk about and deviate the differences between the two, because there is a difference between being confident and then being narcissistic. Confidence really is just the belief in yourself. You know what I mean? You kind of have a self-love about yourself. You carry yourself with a lot of confidence. You hold your head high. You're proud. You're okay. You're comfortable in your own skin. And confidence is something that's important with just life in general, because anything that you do, if you're not confident in it, you're not going to be able to do it to your full ability. You're always going to be kind of held back. You're not going to ever be able to just, like I said, have that Reaper mentality and go. Just attack your goals. You know what I mean? There's a lion has his utmost confidence when he's hunting. There's no doubt in his mind that he could kill whatever it is that he sets his eyes on and he knows he wants to eat. Same thing with Reaper mentality. So you just have to have that confidence about yourself. But the main difference between confidence and being a narcissistic person or being arrogant is that a narcissistic person looks down on others. You know, a Reaper trainer, we're not looking down at nobody else. You know, when I say the work could be and the mediocrity and being average and stuff like that, that's not me hating those people or looking down on those people. I just hate mediocrity. And having that disdain towards it makes it to where if I ever feel like I'm being in a mediocre state, if I ever feel like I'm not reaching my full potential, I'm not being the best that I can be, then I'm just disgusted by it. I hate it. I gotta be better. And that keeps me moving forward and being better than what I am. But now if you look at somebody who's narcissistic, they gotta look down on everybody. And a lot of times you'll come to see that a lot of people who are narcissistic, they really don't even have that much confidence about themselves. Really, they're really insecure. They just use that as a mask. You know, it's not a lot of people out there with a Reaper mentality. I'm gonna get that out the way now. If you're on this channel and you're an ambitious individual, there's not a whole lot of people out there like us. If it was, there'd be a whole lot more millionaires. There gotta be a lot of average Joes. That's just the balance of life. But you know, when you're around certain individuals who don't have that same drive and hunger you have, it's very, very easy for them to, you know, kind of want to make you feel bad about how confident you are. You know, I'll sit there and I'll just kind of just talk about how I dislike being average and stuff like that. And, you know, somebody, oh man, you just sound arrogant. You just sound cocky. You know, and I'm not insecure about myself because, you know, of what he thinks. I don't give a fuck about him. I don't give a fuck about him. But what I am self-conscious about is, in order to be successful in life, you have to interact with people. You have to be able to network. So in my head, I'm like, damn, if he sees me as arrogant, you know, it's very, very possible somebody else who I may really need to connect with and learn some things or trade ideas or do business with, what if they see me as arrogant too? So, you know, a lot of times I'll go and I'll speak with people and I'll get ideas out and kind of test the waters a little bit. And then I'll like to talk to people who are in the same ambitious mindset as I am, or other entrepreneurs. And they seem to all get it. And one thing I had learned, which kind of set me back on track, is that you'll realize very, very quick who it is that you need to cut out your circle. right? We'll get into circles and friends at another time, but you'll start to realize it, because at the end of the day, you can't be around a motherfucker. If this dude only sees the pond, you can't talk about the ocean to him. He's never going to understand what you're talking about. And even if he does try to understand, you know, if you're the way you present it, you know, if they're sensitive, they're going to think that you're arrogant, that you're imposing their ideas on them, that you're being too condescending and all this other stuff. You know, you need to have a lot of strong-willed, mentally tough, ambitious-minded people around you that have that Reaper mentality in order for you to grow and move, because if they're around you, they're just going to poison you. And it goes back to the toxicity that we talked about in the last video. You know, it's very, very easy for you to get caught up in the bullshit, and then you don't chase your goals to your full extent because you're caught up and wrapped around what they got going on. You know, and the number one thing people want to attack is they want to attack your confidence. They want to attack how sure about you are about yourself. So they'll make little comments, because at the end of the day, they know the thing that separates a rich person from a poor person is just confidence and self-discipline. That's all it is. Confidence, self-discipline, and ambition. You have those three things right there. Even if you don't get rich, you're going to be successful, period. Because there's nothing that can really stop you. You're always looking forward. You always have the discipline to tell yourself when to move and when to go and what to do. And then you have the confidence in yourself that you just know, you just carry yourself with that certain swagger. Now, I don't know. When I was younger, as insecure as I was, I didn't like looking people in their eyes. I talked kind of low. I was nervous to talk. You know, I kind of like slouched over when I walked. And I couldn't, I went to about 5 to 6 interviews from like 14 all the way until I was 18. And I got rejected like all 6 times. And then I got some confidence about myself, and I was, you know, I carried myself in a very, very prideful manner. Not even to the same extent that I do now. And then I started getting more opportunities, and people started fucking with me. And to the point where by the time I got to Virginia, by the time I got out of you know, training and everything like that, oh, I knew I was a bad motherfucker. It wasn't nothing you could tell me. You know, and again, I'm not saying that to show arrogance. I'm saying that because that mind state is what got me as far as it did. Because everywhere I went, every interview I went, I mean, yeah, I'm coming for the interview, but this job is already mine. I'm just coming to let you know that it's mine. You know, and that confidence and that, you know, belief that in yourself is something that's strong. So when I talk to people and I imputed knowledge onto them about the job and what I know and what I've learned and what I'm trying to learn, you know, they take it in a lot differently, because they could tell that it's coming from a genuine and confident place. And this kid right here, even if he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, he'll figure it out. He's gonna get the information from somewhere, because he's that hungry, you know. And, you know, the crazy thing about it is, a lot of times these interviews, because you're talking to bosses and you're talking to people who are in higher positions, they already have that confidence about themselves. So they're never gonna down you because of your confidence. That's one thing that you'll notice when you go on these interviews. You can go on that, unless you're being, again, narcissistic and you kind of gloating and all this other dumb shit and looking down on people. Unless you're doing that, when you go on these interviews, these people have the same amount of confidence you do, because that's the reason why they're in that position. That's the reason why they're bosses and stuff like that. That's what separates them from the worker bees. So when you come in and you have that confidence, they want to see a spitting image of themselves, because that's who they want on the work floor. That's who they want around their other employees, if not to better them, because to help out the product, and then to also make sure that he has a kind of a same-minded individual on the work floor with who he's looking over. Because they know, you know, if you don't think your employer knows who is the, you know, just the get by type dude, he doesn't really give a fuck about what's going on, and who's the gun-ho people, they know. I tell people all the time to hate mediocrity, because I want you to, when you wake up in the morning, if you have a shitty job, if that job, you wake up and you're just like, man, I don't want to go here, I'm sick of this shit, I hate these people, I hate this job, I hate my bosses, you know, I don't want you to hate the job. I don't want you to hate the people. I want you to hate it, but I want that to drive you to do something else. I want you to take all that disdain that you have for your job and put that into going to school, to put that into a business, to put that into some investments, to put it into something else. You know, because what's going to happen is if you just sit there and just allow yourself to be miserable, you're going to be another one of these old motherfuckers that have been at these jobs for 20, 30 years. They never actually left because they was too scared to do something with themselves. And then now they're just here just being grouchy and fucking negative. We all know one, there's a million of them. That's all they're doing is being negative and grouchy as hell. So Keep that confidence and then use that disdain to be better. And don't be afraid to put it out there. Look, I tell you what, a lot of people, I don't talk very much when I'm around people because, like I said, I don't like talking to people that much. But just the way I carry myself, my shoulders are rolled back, my head's held high, I'm going to walk with confidence. I'm going to talk with confidence. It's just the way I am. And that rubs people the wrong way. But again, it's Reaper mentality. We don't give a fuck what nobody thinks over here, period. You could like us or not like us. At the end of the day, you're not paying my bills, I could care less about it. And the reason why I got that mentality is because back when I was an insecure individual, let me tell you something. Those same people that's going to tell you that you're too confident in yourself, if you were insecure, if you were weak, they're going to take advantage of you. That's the first thing they're going to do. They're going to sit there, they can stay on their high horse all they want and throw stones and whatever the case may be. But if I was an insecure individual, if I was a weak individual, if I was somebody who didn't have that full confidence in themselves, they'd take advantage of me in a heartbeat. And I know because people try to do it. And that's where I always got into fights when I was younger. It just comes with the territory. So, you know, just the way you carry it, you're just going to rub people the wrong way. But it's good because it's going to keep those individuals around you that you don't want. You know, having that confidence that rubs people the wrong way. You know, if I have somebody who's insecure and he's negative and he never has anything positive to say, by me keeping him far away from me, by me making sure that he's not ever getting too comfortable around me, that separates that negativity from me and I can stay what I'm doing. And you're going to attract people who either want to be confident or people who are confident towards you because they see what they want to be inside of you, and that's what you want. There's nothing wrong with having friends. Look, I have friends that are not conducive to much of anything. It's not a lot of them, but it's some of them that are. They're not very conducive to much. You know, they're fun to hang around, they're good people, but they're not hustlers, they're not ambitious, they don't have Reaper mentality. And then I got friends that are 105% Reaper mentality. They're just locked in on their goals. They're like bulldogs. And I love it because it drives me too. Because every time they sit there and they get an idea, shoots an idea in my head, we're just trading back information and getting inspired at the same time. And that's a very, very productive relationship. You know, but that's what comes from that confidence. It's something that people just catch. And if you're ever in a leadership position, being in a leadership position, you're always being watched. Everyone, people above you and people under you. And if you emanate very, very strong confidence, it spreads. You know, I don't know if any of you guys ever played football, but you can tell when your coach know y'all about to lose. when you get in that locker room, and your coach know y'all about to get spanked, it fills the room because he's not walking with the same tone of confidence as he would if you was going against somebody who sucked. But when he comes in there, and you know from the bottom of his heart that he knows that y'all can beat this team, it just fills the room with like an aura of confidence that just engulfs everybody. You know, and I want you guys to be that catalyst. You know, the Reaper mentality, I want y'all to take the Reaper mentality and use it and just be that catalyst with your friends, at your job, just spark greatness. It just makes people want to be more than what they are. You know, my goal is to get as many hustlers and entrepreneurs from this channel as possible. So, that was the confidence. And again, we're going to be touching on some more stuff later on. This is Reaper Training. We don't chase dreams, we hunt goals. Catch y'all next time. Like, comment.